Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Bitcoin in Real Life. I got a private message from someone. I hope you don't mind that I share it, but if you're going to message me or leave any comments regarding Bitcoin, I'm most likely going to talk about it. So I had someone send me a private message, and here's the person. Feel free to check out their videos. And this is what he had to say to me. Dude. Okay, thank you. What are you doing making videos on Bitcoin? I'm making videos on Bitcoin because it's a self-documentary. It's also my testimony as I bear witness and in everything that I do using Bitcoin. It's also to let everyone know that you don't have to hide in the shadows. You don't have to fear. You don't have to fear persecution, prosecution, being targeted, because this is all about the transformation into the new world, basically. So that's what it is. And what else you said? Let me see. You said something about living in a shelter. I said I was provided shelter in my videos. I don't live in a shelter, like I'm not homeless. I was provided a place to stay on my travel. You've probably seen it on my videos when I went up to the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland Bay Area. Let me see what else you say. You say, I had to bail for my life a while back. Okay, I guess you had to flee, or maybe you literally had to bail, like you paid bail and then you left, I guess. I don't know. Let's continue. I dropped off the face of the earth because of my dedication to Bitcoin. Okay. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Those two sentences, I was wondering if you could elaborate a little bit more. If you were, under some prosecution, were you targeted in any way by any law enforcement, and then you basically had to flee, had to run for your life, for your freedom? If you could tell me more, I really appreciate that. And let's continue. It says, it would seem that MGTOW, Bitcoin, and insanity would have been enough. Well, I guess I'm not sure if you're talking about yourself or if you're conveying a statement to me, but MGTOW, as far as I understand, men going their own way. I'm not sure what all that is about, but I wouldn't say that I am a MGTOW because I'm definitely married with children, and I don't ever plan on leaving my wife and children. And then it says here, Bitcoin and insanity would have been enough. You would think, I've been using Bitcoin for 3 years, almost about to be 4 years now, and yes, it is very crazy. I've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of strange things happen, but yet I persist, and I'll get into why I continue going a little bit later, but let me read the rest of your statement. It says, I was wrong. I've been homeless many of times. Let's go backpacking, bro. Well, thank you for the offer. Um, and I don't know. I guess homeless is very tough. I myself have never been homeless. I've always had a home. Um, I travel quite a bit. I like to travel. Um, I wouldn't say I like backpacking, uh, unless it, unless it's for recreation or perhaps even out of necessity. Um, but I'm sure if we ever get a chance to meet in real life, um, excuse me. Oh, sorry, I was waiting for a sneeze. Um, uh, yeah, I normally don't go backpacking. If you're wondering why um, why I carry this particular backpack with me, it carries a lot of valuable things, and it also carries this computer in which I trade Bitcoin, um, and be on the internet and everything. Um, so if you could tell me more about your experience as in being homeless. um, the closest experience I've ever had to a homeless situation was I did travel with someone who was homeless, and it was for a week, and it's almost harder to be homeless than it is to be employed. I can actually honestly say that because first of all, if you're homeless, you most likely aren't receiving a source of income. Oftentimes, if you're hungry, you will either not eat or eat the leftovers of others who have um, this I wouldn't I wouldn't say just thrown away, but you have to eat the food of others who have been discarded. Um, so other people have discarded their own meal or food that they bought, and you're, you know, I wouldn't say no one's forcing you, but if you're hungry, what are you gonna do? You're gonna eat. So, and you'll be surprised how much edible food that you could find in the trash, or even left over on tables and stuff. I know it sounds disgusting, but you'll be surprised when you're pushed to your limits what you do. Um, and if people are watching, if you never push yourself to a limit in your life ever, like you've always had money, always had a roof over your head, um, I would I don't recommend, but I would suggest that um, try to live without any money or a roof over your head, and see what it's like, and you'll realize it is a very, very, very hard life. It's I wouldn't imagine anybody wanting to be homeless. I did see a lot of that while I was in San Francisco and in Oakland. Um, when I took the BART all the way to the MacArthur station, after the Coliseum, there was a whole bunch of tents. Obviously, homeless people living under the freeway. As I rode the BART all the way up to MacArthur Station, going north on the East Bay side. Um, I, I was just there. If you take the yellow line um, from Richmond to Fremont, um, you'll understand what I'm talking about. After you pass the Coliseum, you're right next to the freeway, probably 880, and under 880, under the freeway, I saw a lot of tents. And no, they're not camping, okay? These are a little mini tent city. Probably couldn't see it on the when you're driving on the freeway or around the streets, just the way it's set up. But I saw it from riding the BART train. So I kind of understand. I do have some understanding of you. It is very difficult, and um, uh, why someone wants to be homeless or how they got to being homeless, I don't quite understand, but I know this, it's not something you always want to be in. So for whatever reason that homeless people are homeless, I would highly recommend, sorry for that, that's a trade coming in. I would highly recommend, people to have understanding, because if you never have experienced anything like that, and I would say for people, you don't have to be homeless, but try living without any money and a roof over your head for a week, at least a week. It's tough, it's hard, and I'm pretty sure people who are homeless want to be homeless. It's not like they desire to be homeless. Maybe some do, but it's because it's a very tough life, very hard. So I sympathize with you. Will I go backpacking? Well, I don't know if I'll go backpacking, but I'll definitely be more than happy to walk with you, because I don't mind, walking the streets, walking among all of you. Let me see here. You seem to have the insight as to how. Excuse me, my nose is a little runny from sneezing. Okay, there we go. No, I don't. All I know is how to get from point A to point B. In the Bay Area, because of limited space and parking, it's really preferable that you just take public transportation, because if you drive anywhere, parking is difficult. It's very expensive to park as well. Having a vehicle in the Bay Area is more of an inconvenience than a convenience. But once you leave the Bay Area, a vehicle is very convenient. So don't really have insights, because having no roof over your head sucks, and having no money sucks, because without any money you can't buy food, you can't feed yourself, you can't have the basic minimum things that you need in life. Let's see what goes on. What else? You seem to have the insight as to how. Yeah, do it like James Bond, baby. I'm not sure if you're talking about me as the name of this channel that I name myself, James Bond, or James Bond, the actual James Bond 007 character. I don't think James Bond was ever homeless. I've seen James Bond imprisoned and living like a homeless person, but I've never seen James Bond actually be homeless. I've never seen any of the James Bond movies where his cover was he was homeless. So let me see. Hell to the fuck yeah. I'm north on the I-5. Give me a shout out and we'll watch the world burn. American Ninja. Your last statement, I will say something about that. I do believe in the future that I will be high above, looking down upon the earth, where there will be a great barrier separating me from the world. And as I look down upon the earth, all I can do is watch it burn. And by that time, there's nothing I can do. Not a damn fucking thing. All I can do is just look down upon the earth and watch it burn. So I find your last statement very interesting. It's not that I want the world to burn, but you know, when there's a fire going on, you know, and you're one person, when it's a small fire, you could probably, you know, put out the fire. But when that fire becomes a massive blaze, there's a point in which you can't do any more. You can't do anything. And all you can do is watch the world burn around you. And in my opinion, that's what I think it's going to be like. You know, unless others, you know, help in putting out this fire. If no one wants to put out this fire, yeah, watch the world burn. And so, thank you for your comments. I just want to share that with, I guess, my viewers. I had some other stuff in mind, but obviously I have some trades coming in, so I have to go. So, Madanal Krusha, or American Ninja. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your message. Feel free to reply to this video. Anyways, this concludes this episode. Any viewers out there, feel free to feel free to like, dislike, leave a comment, even a video response. Until next time, stay tuned. Bye.